Like, I think the two of the funniest people I've seen are him and I can't remember her name. The girl from Pitch Perfect, Anna Kendrick.
Oh yeah.
Dude,
I
her
love
Twitter is hilarious.
I love Anna Kendrick.
Oh my god,
she's like hilarious. The cutest little thing to me. I love
she really is.
She's tiny.
Yeah.
She's tiny.
She blew up fast.
Yeah,
and it was because of Pitch Perfect.
Was she in anything before Pitch Perfect?
Yeah, she was in a lot of
fucking
stuff. Twilight, yeah. She did
play
she Twilight.
Movies I hate. They fucked up vampires for a whole generation.
They did. They really
I grew up with some bad, with Tom Cruise and Brad Pitt.
I can't remember which one it was.
Wesley Snipes.
But
Gerard Butler.
Twilight. It was either like one of the Twilight movies I had to go and watch.
One of my
and that was the only movie in my life that I ever walked out on. I've never walked out on a movie except for I can't remember which Twilight it was. I just walked out. I was like,
I was strapped to a chair because my cousin
that sounds
said it was abusive. She was like, "You're gonna watch."
That's what you're into.
Yeah. She was like, "Well, I was a little young for this, so she was like, you're gonna watch Twilight." I'm like, "No, that's some gay ass shit." Fucking strapped me to a chair.
I was in high school when
made me watch fucking Twilight, and thought I was gonna gorge my eyes out. I'm like, "This is a vampire."
Was when that vampire walked outside and he shimmered like that. I was like, "Get the fuck out of here! That fish should be dead."
And then not only that, he was shitty.
He
looked like diamonds.
And he's gonna be Batman.
Yeah, and he's Batman.
Hey, I will say, Robert Pattinson, he is a good actor.
He is a good actor.
I mean, he is a good actor.
He has done some really good fucking movies.
He did a movie about 9/11. I don't know. Where were you on 9/11? How old were you?
In the belly?
One. No, I was 1 or 2.
Well, how old were you?
I was like 10.
Okay, I was stationed at Fort Drum, New York.
Oh, God.
Wow.
But anyway.
Shot across that.
Robert Pattinson did a movie about 9/11.
Oh,
and when I first saw it, I didn't know that's what it was about.
Yeah.
Until I think it's like at the very end of the movie. I don't remember if it's Robert Pattinson or the guy that plays his dad. They're looking out a window and there's a plane coming at it, and that's when you realize, oh shit. They're in the towers, and the planes are about to hit.
You're talking about.
I've seen this movie.
I can't remember what it's called, but it was a good, and that's why I said, okay, the dude can actually act. He just got cast in a shitty-ass movie.
If you want to watch a really good movie that
I'm going to have to interrupt y'all now. This is a 30-second, literally going into the third segment. I'm going to shout out Rogue American Apparel. They are right now shut down due to COVID-19. Their gym is still open, but please still, follow them on Instagram, help them out. Once this shit blows over, they'll be selling the shirts. They got some cool shirts. They're still doing that giveaway I mentioned about the Chevelle. Still buy it. They're going to do their best to send them out. If not, give them some time. COVID-19 is a bitch. Drink Jameson. It cures it.
Wash your fucking hands. I'm sure you do.
Well,
I only have one that
we just started. Welcome back to the third of this fucking ongoing
the
episode.
Third segment of episode 3.
Well, really, this is what is this? This would be the fourth because we had 2 good ones. One that was shot.
I think the one that we reshot was pretty good. So we found out that Jameson.
Still Irish, made in Dublin. It
was the electricity and the weather. You can't help that.
No,
but the storm wasn't as bad as I said it was going to be.
It came through, shut off our 30 minutes, rained, and then now it's just a little cloudy.
You keep on bringing it up, and I feel my Scottish pride coming out. I'm about to throw his fucking laptop across the guy.
William Wallace.
Jesus.
So anyway,
let my people free.
Continuing episode 3. Mention again, y'all go on Facebook. Search the Untamed Texas Podcast, Texas TX. Like and share for a chance to win that.
For real.
Special release.
Yeah.
First edition Untamed Texas Podcast.
Signed by all 3.
Autograph.
By Sean, Justin, and Mike.
We got you.
Big Daddy.
I'm excited. That's awesome.
So Justin mentioned a few minutes ago that he was unable to join us for the last episode. He was
garden.
He was playing Tom Thumb again.
Johnny Appleseed over here.
Hauntings, and actually a subject I'm really, really interested in. I love hauntings and the spiritual world and things that happen. But you said you had a good story about it, and I want to hear it.
Yeah. So y'all were talking about that, hauntings back from when y'all were younger, and even going on today, current. So the only, I guess, experience I had with that was when I was a very, very little kid. I had to have been like probably 3 or 4. Me and my family lived up in Childress, Texas, up further northern Texas.
That is a very spooky little town.
Apparently, because
there.
Living there, all the houses out there, like not like down here, like everyone has attics. Well, down up there, everyone has basements.
Mm-hmm.
And
fuck those basements.
Is this North Texas?
Yeah.
Yeah.
This is closer to the Panhandle, I guess.
Okay.
I don't really. I mean, I remember being a kid. Flashes of it. I remember the snowy winters, which is awesome. We don't get that down here.
No,
I don't do snow.
But
being from New York, I don't like saying I'm from New York. I just had the unfortunate circumstance.
But you don't like the snow.
There.
When I went up there, it was summertime, so we were good.
So I don't remember this when I was a kid, but my mom always tells me this because she remembers it, and it damn near haunts her to this day. So when I was a kid, when we lived in this house in Childress, it was a small brick home with a basement, and apparently I became friends with a friendly old ghost man. She would tell me that.
Always starts out with a ghost man, then a dick gets in your mouth.
Yeah, hopefully not. It's a pedophile ghost.
So gotta make money somehow.
So apparently, my mom told me that
eyes wide open.
The time we lived there, that I would always tell her about this old man that visited me during this time we lived in this house, and she would always ask me, "Well, who are you talking about?" She said, "He lives in the basement." It would scare the fuck out of her. She would go down there. She damn near got to a point where she didn't even want to go in the basement anymore. Just terrified her. Which, being a mom, hearing your 3-year-old tell you that you're seeing ghosts in the house has got to be scary for her. I don't remember any of this, but she told me I always used to say, "Hey," the old man said, "Hey, how you doing?" And all this would ask how the family's doing. And it would be something I would just always report to her and tell her how the old man was doing and seeing. She never heard from this man, never saw this ghost, nothing. I just knew he lived in the basement. She wouldn't let me go in the basement after telling her. And then so it gets better. So when I was about 4 or 5, we moved to Alaska, which is around this area, further south, East Texas. And after a few months of living there, what? It cut out.
No, it's still going. We picked something up from somewhere. It might have been a ghost.
Probably my old man spirit following me, for fuck's sakes. So after a few months of living there, apparently I stopped telling my mom about this. Oh God, there's a ghost.
Now we're picking up voices. Me on.
All right, I'm going to finish this up real quick. That's
Granddad.
So after a few months of living at this new house, my mom finally asked me one day. She's like, "Hey, Justin, so you heard from that old man?" And she said, I told her, "Herbert the pervert." No, that old man said our goodbyes, and he's staying at that brick house. He didn't move with us. He's staying there. And she said it fucking freaked her out, kept her up for fucking weeks. Couldn't get over. Even talked to my grandfather's priest at church about it. Like, freaked her the fuck out.
They say that kids, most kids.
I don't remember any of this, but she said I distinctly always told her about the old man living in the basement. And when we moved back there, she said, "No, this old man, he said our goodbyes. I said goodbyes and said live on, happy life, family."
And say that most kids, kids that have imaginary friends.
Yeah.
Some people say that it's not an imaginary friend.
It's
when you're a kid, you get. I don't know if you can really say experts, but because it's not a defined science, but the experts say that everybody is born with a certain level of psychic ability,
right?
And that
the kind of intuition,
children, up to a certain age, children see. And I know my daughter did. She one night I was sound asleep. She was just barely talking, so it wasn't that old. And I heard her in there jabbering away, and I walked in and asked her what she was doing, and she was having a full conversation with somebody that wasn't there. I was like, oh. And then it was just a couple days later, my wife and I were laying in bed, and we had our bedroom, and across the hall was my daughter's room. And my wife woke me up, and she said, "Mike, somebody's in the house." What? Now, we live way out in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
And I was like, "What are you talking about?
Nobody should be in that house."
It's 2 a.m. in the morning.
I'm telling her, "Leave me alone." I hear very clear footsteps going through the living room. And
fuck.
So that went from "leave me alone, I'm going to sleep" to "oh shit," my eyes popped wide open.
Grab the gun.
And I just laid there because I'm going to listen for a second.
Right.
Well, the footsteps are getting closer and closer to my daughter's room. So the closet was next to her bed, and I said, grab a gun.
Yeah.
Which one? I don't give a shit.
It's time.
Which one?
We get to do it. It's time. We get to kill a motherfucker.
Come on.
We're whispering because we really think somebody is in our house. And,
right.
and I remember thinking at the time, I was like, my daughter has toys strewn from one end of the house to the other. She just, every toy she has is strewn everywhere. Nobody would have been able to walk through there without tripping over something that would have started playing music or something.
Yeah.
But then as the footsteps get up to between our bedroom door and my daughter's bedroom door, it goes dead silent. And I'm like, okay. And she said, "Are you going to get up and check?" I sleep naked. So I'm not going to get dressed. I'm in my own house. If I'm going to beat somebody's ass, I'm going to beat your ass naked. That's just how it's going to happen.
Yep.
We're going to go straight up Neanderthal on your ass.
The footsteps start again. And it's just like footsteps going all around the house. Just going all around. We don't hear any, they're not touching anything or picking anything up or doing anything.
Just footsteps.
So, yeah, just footsteps. And so I got up and I walked out and I went in and checked on my daughter. She's sound asleep. Turned on all the lights, checked the whole house. There's nobody. And we had a very small house at the time. It was probably like 800 square feet. This was a tiny, tiny house. There's nothing anywhere. Went back in, laid down. We heard a couple more footsteps, and then it all quit. And we woke up the next day, and nothing ever happened. I said, "What the heck? That was probably the most scared I've ever been. Because normally I want to go on a ghost hunt somewhere,
right?
And
just
I've had other experiences where I've been fine, but that particular, it was so realistic, and it was, we're both laying there wide awake, and we're hearing this clearly, and it just freaked us out. Damn. But yeah, and that whole, have you ever seen Ghost Hunters?
Yeah, yeah.
I don't like a lot of the ghost hunting shows.
It's fake.
Because, it seems too fake.
They try to be real theatrical. Right. And you can tell.
It's fake.
And they try to go out. It's like they already have concluded in their mind that it's haunted, so everything they see proves that. I liked Ghost Hunters, with their TAPS is the name of their Atlantic Paranormal Society. They go in trying to disprove.
Right.
They don't go in with the notion that, okay, this is haunted, let's find proof.
Right.
They go in, and a lot of times they'll do the investigate and find some creepy shit. Yeah. And then when they look into it, find out, that was a water pipe, or
it's just like what the
got raccoons in the attic, or
like
whatever.
The most
mice is up there.
Paranormal investigators were the Warrens, which is based off The Conjuring.
Yeah.
A lot of more than half of their cases ended up, you have a leaky pipe. You've got some AC fault here.
But the shit that was real to that is like fucked up real. Like you find
some of the stuff that was actually real was like
pretty
terrifying,
fucking disturbing.
Real.
Yeah.
One of the, I guess since we're all sharing stories. Back whenever
that's what we do. Back when we tell stories,
right?
And drink Jameson.
Yes.
Shout out Jameson.
Come on. Back whenever me and my cousin, back when I was really close to my family on my dad's side, my actual dad's side, before he passed away, his name was Aaron. Now, I haven't spoken to this guy in years. After we broke off and we stopped doing all this shit, supernatural shit, literally, and this is a true story, half the supernatural, like the show, is based off shit people told about us that we went and did. Like the Texas part, there's an episode where they go investigate this house in Texas.
What, the one where they go to Livingston?
Yeah.
In the prison?
Yeah.
Yeah, they go to the Polunsky unit in one of the episodes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Supernatural?
God, yeah.
I worked there.
They didn't film in Livingston, but every episode they showed location, and it says West Livingston, Texas. I was like, oh shit! And then sure enough, they pull up and they did a set dressing of
Polunsky
somewhere in Polunsky unit. Yeah, they were investigating a paranormal thing.
It wasn't that one, but there was a few others that it was in Texas, and me and my cousin Aaron actually were there doing some shit for the Catholic Church. Well, one of the situations
they were doing for the Catholic
Church.
Know
what they were doing.
One of the shit. Well, this one's
they were doing Our Fathers.
We were investigating.
Hail Marys.
We were investigating some basements.
Well, there was a Hail Mary involved.
Couple. Anyways, on a serious note, we had gone to this one house. Literally, it was maybe 4 or 5 blocks down from the house that I was living at, which was very touching to me because for a long time, I thought being connected with all this shit, I had shit following me back to the house. Because, I'm waking up in sweats. There were a few times I woke up with scratches on my arms and shit. I literally was freaking the fuck out. So we go down there, and this house, you could just tell there's something fucked up going on. Either the dad is raping bitches or something's fucked up. Well, the parents come out, and the first thing we always did was we asked if they had kids, because, the kids and supernatural beings, they're always connected. So Aaron went up and he asked them, okay, do you have kids? They had a daughter named Sarah. Sarah had been talking to this entity, we called it, for a long time. And it got to the point where the dad had walked in the room and got drugged down the stairs because he told her she needs to stop. You're freaking out, Mom. Like, you need to stop doing this. You need to grow up. And he got drugged down the stairs, and he's got scratches and bruises, bite marks. He doesn't know what the fuck's going on. So what we would do, we took the family out, and we said, y'all go We bought him a hotel. We're gonna stay here for the night. See if we can figure out anything.